In this recording in a series of CAM Assist, we're going to mill out this part. I'm going to first start off by milling it out from the very top, going down on the walls and drilling out these holes. Then we're going to flip it to the side to drill out these walls and do some dechamfering. And then at the very end, just flip it over to the back side to mill out the excess material that we have on this side over here. Now, if we take a look at our toolkit, you'll see that we have several tools, including a chamfer mill, drills for the holes that we have over there. We have several different end mills, and we also have a face mill together with a spot drill. Okay, so let's get started. One more note, you'll see I also have here 3 setups, one for each side that I'm going to be machining. Okay, so I'll start with my operations and going to Run CAM Assist. Now, again, Run CAM Assist is analyzing the part, and I'll be working in metrics. I'll change that to metric. And now let's go to prepare. Now, you'll see that it automatically picked up that we have 3 setups and that it needs to work in 3 different setups. And again, as before, it always picks up the tools that I am working with. Okay, let's run CAM Assist. Now, it's important to pay attention that there's sometimes you may have operations that you may want to edit. And I'm going to show you that in this particular case, one issue where I prefer a little bit of a different outcome, so I'll edit it. Okay, so I have my CAM project already. Nothing is unfinished. Everything is machined. So I'll just send it to SolidCAM by sending it to the CAM package. And let's take a look of exactly what it's doing. It starts off with the face mill operations, going into iMachining 3D to rough out that material, and then doing some floor machining on this floor over here, as well as the floor inside over there. And then it does some wall machining on this wall, and then also on the bottom wall as well. And of course, it does the drilling for these holes with some deburring. Where on the second side, it will do some drilling, and it'll also be deburring these edges. Now, this is an area, and I'll show you in a minute, where I'd like to make a little bit of an edit. Let's first do save and calculate to see exactly what I've gotten. And it's showing me that it's doing all of the operations. And let's take a look at that one particular operation that I want to do a little bit of an edit. Now, you'll see that the third operation, I'm deburring. Let's get rid of all those lines. You'll see that the third operation of the last setup, I'll be deburring those edges over here, that bottom, which makes perfect sense. Now, before I get to that, I also have deburr faces over here. What does it do? It'll be deburring these edges over here and these large holes, but it's also deburring these areas over here, which I really don't need it to deburr over there. So I can just go ahead and edit that operation, and which is what we're always told to do, is always check your operations and make any changes you may want. So I'm just going to change my geometry a little, and I see that I have 2 faces. Pick that one, which is good. That one, which I really don't need the operation to work on. So I'll just delete, unselect that face, and that's it. Just run calculate. And I'll also do calculate on any related operations. I'll run that as it calculates everything else that needed to be calculated. And as you can see now, when I run my simulation, it will only work on these edges, not machining into these areas at all.